Hi, and thank you for joining me. This video is for legislators and policymakers so that you can better understand what modern vaporization technology is, and in particular the difference between closed and open system vaporizers, and also how a modern vape shop fits in today's economy. A little bit about myself. My name is Ron Kaufman. I am the owner of a vape shop in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania called Independence Vapors. Prior to opening the vape shop, I was a school teacher for 18 years. I taught elementary and high school. I'm certified to teach social studies, business, economics, and computer science, and I also have a principal certification. But I opened this store because I saw vaporization technology as an incredible new way for people to stop smoking and to switch to a less harmful alternative. And I think as I explain the devices and explain how they work, you'll see that this is definitely a technology that's worth looking into, and it's something that I really think, as you consider new legislation and public policy regarding these products, that they accurately reflect what they are, and that vape shops are taken into consideration when you're looking at new laws in this category. So first, one of the misconceptions and misunderstandings about a vape shop is talking about the products that we carry. Now, when you hear the term electronic cigarette, mostly what people think of is this thing right here. This particular product is called the Vuse, V-U-S-E, and it is put out by a big tobacco company, R.J. Reynolds. This product is what's known as a closed system vaporizer. In other words, in order to use it and continue to use it, you have to continuously buy products or parts from R.J. Reynolds. There's two parts to this particular thing. There's a little battery that's right here, and then there's a tank at the top, and that contains the liquid. You would constantly replace the little part at the top. This product I don't carry. In fact, most vape shops don't carry these types of products. In fact, I don't carry or sell any products made by any of the big tobacco companies like R.J. Reynolds, British American Tobacco, Altria. I don't carry any of those products at all. And I think you'll find when you look into it that most vape shops don't. In fact, I think this kind of product is an awful product. And a lot of smokers who switch to these often will come into my store asking for something better because we have a better alternative. So this is not what I sell at all or anything like it. This is a basic vape pen. You can see that the size is much different. It's a much different kind of product. Why don't I carry this? To me, in my understanding of this, is that this is not meant as a replacement for smoking because it is put out by big tobacco. This type of product is meant as a supplement to smoking. In other words, the big tobacco companies want you to be buying regular cigarettes and electronic cigarettes alongside them. The battery of this little product is very small. It will not last the day, and the little tank at the top also does not have enough liquid to last the day. However, this type of device, because it is much bigger, is meant to be a true replacement for cigarettes. People can switch, from combustible cigarettes and use this type of vaporizer instead. It has a battery that's very big. It will definitely last the day. It has a tank that can hold enough liquid to last the day. And so, this is why this type of product is what we sell, and most vape shops will sell these types of things. What happens with this is that the battery comes off and it separates. You have a battery, you have a tank. The battery is rechargeable, the tank is refillable, and then the bottom cap of the tank comes off, and then this is where you would put the liquid. The other thing to understand is that we do not sell, in addition to not selling the small electronic cigarettes from tobacco companies, we don't sell in my vape shop and in most vape shops any tobacco products at all. I don't sell any combustible products. No pipes, no loose leaf tobacco, no combustible cigarettes. The idea of vaporization is that you are not burning anything, that you are instead vaporizing, heating something and releasing a vapor. Because there's no combustion, there is no tar produced. All of the toxins that come from burning organic material like tobacco are not produced by vaporizers. And so that's why we don't sell tobacco products at all. Now, I mentioned the liquid that goes inside of the device, and this is the liquid right here. It usually comes in small bottles, and it comes in different sizes and different nicotine strengths. Now, this liquid that I'm holding in my hand right here is what is known as a zero. It does not contain any nicotine at all, and this is a very popular product. A lot of times, people will get a vaporizer to vape zero, or to use it with zero. So there's no nicotine. They're not consuming any nicotine at all. So I'd like to take a moment and talk about nicotine. Now, the liquid that we sell, although this one is a zero, we do sell liquid in different levels of nicotine. And it is up to the user. They can choose what level they would like. And many people who start vaping will want to lower the nicotine levels that they purchase over time. And that's how the product works. Nicotine that is in the products is currently derived from tobacco, because tobacco is the plant that contains high concentrations of nicotine. But the question that I think is very important to look at is, does it make it a tobacco product? Is this type of vaporizer a tobacco product? Because it does not contain any tobacco, and vape shops mostly do not sell tobacco. Nicotine is a stimulant, and it certainly has health considerations when you're looking at it. It is the addictive part of a combustible cigarette. However, cigarettes contain many other chemicals to enhance the addictive nature of nicotine. Now, there are other plants that contain nicotine, and one of the ones is eggplant. Did you know that if you consume 10 grams of eggplant, you will be consuming as much nicotine as if you were in a smoky room for 3 hours? So there are measurable amounts of nicotine in eggplant. Obviously, it's eggplant, it's not tobacco. So does this make it a tobacco product? I think it is very important when we're looking at this new technology to begin to think about nicotine a little bit differently. Much like caffeine. Coffee beans contain high concentrations of caffeine. But if you were a store that sold Red Bull and Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew and Coca-Cola, would you be a coffee shop? You don't sell coffee. And I think the vape shop is the same thing. Because we don't sell tobacco products, because we don't sell any products made and manufactured by big tobacco companies, to call a vape shop a tobacco shop, I think is doing a vape shop a disservice, and I think it is making, quite frankly, some bad law that's not reflecting reality. I think in light of new technology, we need to begin to think about nicotine a little bit differently. We need to consider vaporization products as an absolute, as products in their own right. Let me show you another product that we sell quite a lot of. It's a battery. This is called the 18650 battery. We sell a lot of these batteries. Now, the battery, what it does, this is another type of vaporizer, and the battery goes in here, and this is what powers the vaporizer. So the question is, would that battery be a tobacco product because it's being sold in a vape shop? The battery is intended to be used in a vaporizer, but if you intend to use the battery in a flashlight, it doesn't make it a tobacco product. This is new technology, and I think we need to think about things a little bit differently. So in addition to batteries, one of the other popular products that we sell are tanks. This tank is called the Nautilus Mini. It's a very, very popular tank. This particular one is empty, and you would take it apart, and that's where you would put the liquid. Batteries, tanks. Are these tobacco products? Or are they something new? And I think when we're looking at vaporization technology, we need to understand that this is something completely new. It's disruptive technology. I think it's a mistake to try to fit the new vaporization technology, particularly open system vaporizers, like the products that I've shown you, into old categorical constructs. It simply won't fit. And I think you're doing the industry, this new industry that's being creative, a great disservice. I think one of the things when you begin to investigate vaporization as an alternative to smoking is that there is a lot of good research showing that it is much, much less harmful, and it's a good thing for people to switch to. In August of 2015, Public Health England released a report showing that vaporizers, or electronic cigarettes if you like, are 95% safer than combustible cigarettes. They also showed that there was no evidence that these products are leading to people going from the vaporizers to smoking, particularly young people. And when they talked to the researchers in this study in England, they said that electronic cigarettes are not completely risk-free, but when compared to smoking, evidence shows they carry just a fraction of the harm. The researchers went on to say that there's no evidence that electronic cigarettes are undermining England's falling smoking rates. Instead, the evidence consistently finds that these products are another tool for stopping smoking, and in my view, smokers should try vaping, and vapors should not stop smoking entirely. And I think that when you look at a lot of the research that's been done, and particularly when you look at the fact that there's no combustion and all the toxins that are released from combusting tobacco are not present, all the tar and a lot of the other toxins, and of course there's no secondhand smoke released because there's no smoke. It's a much better alternative and something that I think should be reflected in law. So I want to thank you for joining me today and listening to the video that I've presented to you and all the information that I've talked about. The truth of this is that we both want the same things. We both want people to stop smoking. We both want to keep these products out of the hands of minors. And I would like to invite you to join me for some new goals. Goals to make these products that I've shown you safe and keep them safe, and to also keep them available and affordable for people who want to switch from smoking to a different alternative like vaporization. I think when you're looking at legislation involved with these products, consider the analogy of caffeine. That nicotine is what it is, but it's not necessarily a tobacco product. And I think it's a mistake to try to fit vape shops into the category of tobacco and to create some sort of false equivalency between the nicotine products and combustible tobacco cigarettes. They are not the same thing at all. I'm very open to answering any questions you might have. Please feel free to email me at independencevapors@gmail.com. I will respond right back to you if you have additional questions regarding vaporization or any of the issues involved with this industry. Thank you very much.